you feel when the new year is coming? On the new year is coming, and we always worry how it will be next year. Do you have this kind of feeling like, oh my God, next year will be probably the same, or we starting worry what will bring for us next year? And we always starting kind of like remember what it was. So we nearly like more concentrating into that, what it was negative, then we nearly started thinking, you know what, new year, it'll give me a lot more good things. So today I actually wanted to give you one very nice secret and very easy to do it. Well, actually not. I am saying easy, but actually to change your mind when you're doing it, it's easy. Like it's not like some working stuff. It's not like some exercises. It's not like you have to run 10 miles. It's actually just you need to change your mind. But that could be sometimes a little bit more tricky because our mind is like having his own mind on his own. And like happens sometimes. You just hearing something happened and just knocks you out from your good mood and you starting worry and thinking about future. Well, especially now, we all living very much like all who's watching news, who's getting affected by it, like news and all what happens next year, what will be coming. Like we have so many worries, so many things what happens in life, and it does affecting us because we are human beings. But actually, if I could ask, like this word actually saying human beings, not human worryings or human scaryings, like how many words we can add on to this human doings, because it's so many what we not doing as being. We're not really creating this life of being human being. That's mean just be, just now, just at this moment. So did you hear like something what actually, like I remember when I worked in other, now I'm kind of working with my own team and we're not really sharing about news or whatever because we are too busy. But it happens as I remember when I was in the other work, like in Maklahanis, where we had about 70 women, not all the same time, but like at least 30 women you will pass every day. And every woman would have something important to share. So I remember I was coming and I don't really like understanding that much English, but they all would wanted to share with me some story. And I did not know neighbors and I did not know some her neighbor or something. So they don't really share much stories, what happens in the world. But they was always saying, and that's what I would like to ask you. Do you believe in beliefs what people actually are saying? And that's mean one belief, and if you know more beliefs, do share it. Because that I was like, very like, what? I never hear that, but in my country, like I am from Lithuania. So in my country, we always say, oh, trouble never comes along. If it's one trouble, it must be another trouble coming in. And after that trouble will come in another trouble. And after that, it's like, whoa, when is this stops then? It feels like trouble never stops. Do you remember? Do you know any of them? Like what other belief? I remember, hi, how are you, girl? I remember people was always saying, death comes in three. Like if I say it right, if you hear somebody died, you will have to hear two more after that. Like death always takes three. I never hear that before. But then when I heard, I catched myself. I'm here somebody died, especially like I said, when I worked in the big kind of, kind of more people, bigger kind of work environment, more employers, it's very easy to hear somebody died again, because somebody's neighbor is somebody's cousin or something like that, because they are very was local. So, and I was starting looking like that must be true, like, because after that day I hear another death and I hear another death, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on, And I hear many, many kind of beliefs, what we actually nearly, when we hear some bad story, we nearly waiting for another story. We nearly kind of looking for it. And we nearly activating that thing, that something, what comes with that negativity. When something happens negative, like something happens, what we start and say, oh my God, what else? Oh, come on now, what else could be worse? What worse could be again? And we nearly asking for that. And that was my little tip coming. Because universe, God, creator, no matter how you want to mention and say the name it, then it's like higher powers, it's listening to our vibration. And then and kind of hearing our questions. So if we saying, I remember when for kids normally was saying, are you crying there? I will give you for something to cry more. Is this something? Yeah, so I give you more really to cry for. Did you ever hear that? Has that ever happened to you? I was never crying, baby, but I know my neighbor's kind of child, girl, she was always whingy and like nobody really liked her because she was always whinging. And I will tell you my mom, I will tell you my dad, But then her dad come back home after work. Thank you, Antoinette. I come back after work and he was pretty tired and probably, just want to sit down and do nothing. And this girl was crying and whinging and nothing really happened, to cry for. So he just slapped her. No cry, because you really get me there. And that's exactly how universe works. That's exactly. If we whinging and if we crying about something, but it's really nothing, we can do or change or life is natural, whatever is happening. And if we're looking at this as more dramatic as it is, universe saying, well, I give you something more to cry for. Or like people around. Like I remember we was kids and we did not like this girl at all. We didn't want to play with her. We didn't want to be around her because she was always this, and she was like wrecking our heads when we kids and we did not know, how his universe works or something. But it just was really annoying, and that's mostly how universe reacts to our whinginess. Like a lot of people like, oh, I have no money. And really they do. Oh my God, I have a neighbor again, and she was rich, but she would never show, like rich. We knew she had a good job. She had a good car, and she was really good because she would never spend. She was very like grudgy and all that. But she would, oh, hi, how are you? Oh my God. And open up. All terrible, and actually she was single and nobody liked her. She was always looking at me and she was always saying, I want to have a girl like you. You're so sweet, you're so lovely, but no man would want to be with me because, and starting. And I'm a young girl looking at her like, what's wrong with you? Why are you telling me all this? I'm just a child. But she just want to whinge and cry. And she did have money. You would see how like apartment where she was living and her car and everything. She had money, but she was always crying. And actually one day when the little bit happened, politics and all, she actually nearly lost all. because it looked like she was not very done everything legal. And she actually, in the end, she have to make it everything less, like change car in cheaper and change the apartment in small apartment, because in that times, if you are single person, no kids, you should have only for one person, kind of, it was not very legal of that times. But that's what it happened. More she was whinging, in the end, she got less, you know? And when I was thinking and learning more about universe laws, abundance and all that, it's a law of abundance. When we hear something, when we seeing something negative, and we saying, oh my God, world going down. No, not world. It's just the people egos. World is perfect. Like our planet is amazing. Everything is amazing. It's just the egos fighting between egos. And they're doing this for their own karma to work on it later. All them poor people who's actually have to go in change huge life. That must be some reason there. Always is a reason. Always. Like whatever it is, it's a reason. And after this, what's happening now, it will be more reason to go and clear their own karmas. Work on that, because every person who's doing, like I don't want to go in politics, but like every side in the war is working to damaging their own karma and lives in future for them kids, because universe don't look in, and God never said, I will prove you right if you will be fighting for the land. Land is everybody's, world is everybody, like nobody's. So why somebody's having bigger powers and all that? Why is somebody working on each other, And like God, like if you would read the Bible and all that, I actually never read, but how much I hear, as how much I like I'm learning, and how much, like, I don't know, maybe is God said, I will forgive you if you kill somebody because of something. How much I remember is not there. How much I remember God was saying, don't kill anybody. So every poor soldier, they actually going and signing, I will go and kill somebody. That's what they sign in for. Every person who's going in politics, they signing for what? To create like nature's life better. I'm sorry, but like in war, people, like politics, they're not doing right job. They should not let any war ever exist, because they're signing to create better lives for them nature, for them nation, but they're not doing it. But we believing and saying, oh yes, they are right. Like nobody's right. Not black, not white. Because they're not supposed to do any of that. When they saying, I swear I will do everything, like the same like doctors. They swear they will do everything, and then they have to do abortions. And I'm not saying, I'm not going for any side, but that's kind of not right. And then we believe in some part that someone is right because I know him or something. Like it's everything so much messed up. What we forgetting, the beginnings. What people came in here. We came in this life to love each other, to have a good life, and and have a joy, and make sure the planet after us will be happier. I don't know, do we doing the right job? No matter which country we are, what color we are, what skin, what, nothing. And that's why I really went for my energy healings, for the land energy healings, because I do land healing sessions. Like that's of course for the land, but like amazing how everything changed in that area. Just in my own house, when I done my own land, like where I'm living, I got raspberry who was like made like a heart. Like, how is that possible? I never ever, I was in here 6 years, I think 7, 10, nearly soon. I never seen anything like that. And the nature gives us. But what we do, we come in with our dirty shoes and ruining that. And no matter what we're fighting for, it's still not right. Nobody is right. Okay, I'm gone too far because I'm very much for love and I don't stand to any side. I'm going for love. And actually, Mother Teresa, this is so, so, so beautiful. And this is what I want to be, what I want to do. When she was asked in one interview, and it was war in Vietnam, and they was asking her, we will be going against the war, big meeting, like 1,000 people. Would you go with us against the war? And she said, no. And they was like, what? Like, you are Mother Teresa, one of the love stuff and all that, She said, if you go for love, I will go with you. But if you go against, and that's how she knew about these energies and law of attraction. Because more we saying no, God and universe give it to us. Because as I was saying, are you crying about that? Here you are more. Are you crying about this? Here you are more. It's not was that important last one. The first one now is definitely here you are. Cry more. And that's how it works. More we concentrate on negative things, on things what is not making us happy, more we are attracting that. And if you you don't believe me, you don't need to believe me, but if you just look in your life, when you was worried about something, is it more things come in? And that's why this beliefs of people, and especially older people, I don't know about now kind of what's going on, because like I said, I don't believe ever them, but that always comes in tree. That always brings tree with her. I never see dead walking around and picking. Like, how is she picking in the hospital where a lot of people dying in a day? How is she saying 1, 2, 3? Oh, sugar, no, I take 5. No, I'm actually 5. No, I need to bring 6. Oh, sugar, I'm busy today. Who said that? And then I always hearing many people say, oh, trouble never comes along. It's another trouble comes in. And it's like we asking for it. We calling, saying, hi, I'm here, come to me. I'm waiting for it because I know I'm looking for it. And that's what's happening. People looking for that. Instead of breaking the chain, breaking this thinking and say, whoa, okay, this is something happened and it's very unpleasant. But to be sure, I'm staying in there or not being pulled in that more and more and more negative things. Let's ask different question. Don't ask how many more deaths will come in and how many more, problems will come into my life. How much more trouble? How much more could this be terrible? Or you want more? That's what universe only hears. So how about if we change the question in, how can this be better? And I know you will say, what? I just hear terrible news and you're telling me how is this could be better. Well, for someone, maybe it is better. For someone. Like, say, somebody, say, lost money, but somebody find it money. So for someone, it is better. Say somebody robbed someone, and they say, oh my God, how is this could be worse? But actually, for someone, is better. Somebody happy with the robbed thing. And actually, if somebody robs something from you, bless them and let them go. They stealing part of your karma. And they putting on their own. And that's actually good thing to get. I know we don't like that because it's somebody took it something from me without my permission. But actually, it does working good on your energy and karma. I know that's amazing. Like I would nearly say, come in a little bit, take a little bit, a little bit, just to clear my own karma a little bit more. But what I want to say, when you talk, what you send to universe is very, very, very important. So if you want to change your vibration, you can be sad for about 17 seconds. 17 seconds. You digest, organize it there, get out, scream out. Oh, I hate this. Oh my God, why is this happen? Don't ask why is this happened to you, because that's a universe will answer for you, will show you more why. So don't forget about these questions. And many questions what we're using in our language, they are so not good. Like they're so pulling in more problems. So when you're saying, how can this be better? And don't say this story with this problem. Just say how this life could be better. And more you ask that. I remember when I was, when we was in Venice, I got invitation to be on an interview, to be on radio. And then I was invited to be in Paris. And I'm like, oh my God, how can this be better? And then I was asked to do this and I was asked to do that. And I'm like, oh my God, how can this be better? And like, that's all I'm asking. And universe like, are you not happy with this yet? Okay, I will give you something to jump around for and be happy for. That's exactly the same works. Or we say, you want to whinge and cry because of something, universe will give you that more to cry for. But then you can change it and say, how can this life be better? How can I get my life just better and better? More money, you're not saying that, because if you say more money, that means you're saying you're having lack of money. Just say better and better. You don't need to say what exactly you're looking for, but better and better is so neutral. What you don't really know what universe wants to give it to you better. You don't know and don't really put it in the words, because actually universe don't have that scale of saying, oh, she will be given only that much and that one I will give it just that much. Universe gives us everything, how much we can handle. So I know some people who actually trying their own business and starting them business, so they're not able to take a big order to handle. So universe will not give a big order. But actually big companies, they actually giving big orders. How is that? Why is that? Because big companies having more employment, and they able to refill that order. So life is exactly the same. If our muscle is too weak, if our energy field is not strong enough, then we get less of things. And we say, well, how can I get more? You need to work on yourself more to grow, to achieve more, because universe looking at you as, are you little a baby, or you little child, or you already a little bit grown up? But not by your age, but actually of your soul age. Because if you think, oh, I'm okay, look at me, I'm good. Yeah, your body, but not your soul. Your soul could be very, very new, very beginning, and don't have a clue how to meditate, never done it, and thinking, oh no, I don't need this shit. And some people do say that. And that's mean your creativity's muscle is not so much build up. And that's why I will be doing this year's last healing session, meditation and workshop, where we'll be releasing all negative things from last year, from this year's. I'm calling already last year. because it's already done, kind of. And we'll be clearing and build up our energetic muscle, our soul muscle, our soul age. Because every time when we work, as I'm doing every 2 weeks, and I'm not doing just because I have nothing to do, believe me, I do. And after this, I'm running to work again. But actually, because our soul needed to build up a muscle every recent. It's not just enough go to the church or go to there and think, oh, I'm done. And it's not about how much you have to do. It's really how much your energy field is stronger to manage and be able to carry on good things. So now you can post it all your numbers as you always do, and I really appreciate that. Any number from 1 till 40 and 3-4 times in the video, one video. Every number, every time, new comment. If somebody new don't know yet, but every time when you commenting the number from 1 till 40, you can win something. And I will tell you on the Monday what that is. Like as wonderful Antoinette and wonderful Diana 1 weeks ago. But that's why it's beautiful when we kind of doing something, we getting something. So when you're voting, you're receiving. And at the same time, I just want to invite you. Next Wednesday, 8:30, we will be doing this year. Actually, not last, maybe before New Year's, I will do something. I just don't know. I feel like it's Christmas, that's it. But no, actually, hi, Diane. But no, actually, we actually having New Year. Little timing as well. So I really wish you a wonderful evening and think what you're thinking. Don't let your mind control your life. Your subconscious mind, subconscious thinking could be actually very, very strong and stronger than you think. And more you're activating negative things, more you're thinking about negative things, more you attract. And universe say, I will give you for what to cry for. And if you ever feeling like it's something drags you down or something, switch on a good music. Like for me, it's the Zumba, Hispanic music. And it's like, woohoo, good night, beautiful. And it's like, whoa, you're dancing and you're giving a little mood. I know maybe your heart is crying. Maybe that moment is like, but try to switch it off. Switch it off. Put on comedy. Like I love watching Comedy Tantrum, and that's exactly when is amazing ideas comes in my mind when I'm being in the joyful mood. So I know it's not easy sometimes, but let's try to do that. My son, when my mom passed away, he actually said, "Come, mommy, let's watch something." And he knows I love Disney. And he got me, I never seen that before, the new King of Lion the King. And it's so beautiful movie. And he was just holding my hand. Oh, I will cry now. And my son, he was crying, like holding my hand. And two of us was watching the movie. And it was so beautiful. Like I still remember that. I more remember than the moment where I was sad because mom was passed away. But I kind of knew she, we all will go. But just that moment when my son was with me, I'm like, oh my God, this is so special. So sometimes the bad thing could bring something very special to your life as well. So not everything is bad. You know what they say? As long as end up good, that's mean it's good. So let's bring that goodness quicker and faster by thinking and saying, how can this life be any better? And ask. And whinge about it if you want to. Oh my God, my life is too good. And it's not too good. It's just amazing. So I'm sending you loads of love and live your life with the joy and with full of love. love for yourself first, and surround love and spread love to others because they need it. We all need it. As I'm sending to you, and I'm sending to all, and you just give it to somebody, give it to somebody. Let's share this love, and not only for Christmas, every day. Sending you loads of love. Mwah.